Well, Drew, I'd like to purchase the property you have for sale at Airline Highway in Louisiana. My friend George started reaching out to you, asking questions about this one and calling me and saying, Luke, you got to look at this one. Look at the traffic on this one. Look at this properties. I love properties, high traffic, and figuring out the traffic so we can put retail on the properties. My name's Luke Smith. You can go back through my YouTube videos for a long time and see all kinds of different properties I've worked on. You can look me up in county records, lots of places, or parish records in Louisiana here in numerous different parts of Louisiana for properties I've worked on over time. You can look me up on littlevacantland.com for thousands of properties I've traded across the country over time as well for the smaller dollar properties. The larger dollar properties, so you trade for brokers, end up on Grexy or LoopNet or auctions or lots of different ways. I trade a lot of them over the phone and not through the public markets as well. I started getting into these high traffic retail properties when I bought some portfolios of properties where houses properties. And I got some of these where businesses go properties. And I started looking at the data, like how much do people sell these properties for? Could I sell them for those properties and make a spread and make out? And I thought that sounds like good business. So why not? So I started buying some of those properties in those portfolios and I got stuck with them. I couldn't sell them for the life of me. I put them up for sale with all kinds of different brokers. I put them through auctions. I marketed them all over the internet in every way possible. I reached out to everyone I thought might want to own those properties and buy them from me. And it wasn't until I started reaching out to potential users of those properties that they really started to click. And when I started finding users for those properties, end users, people that could pay rent, people that could operate their business there, people that knew how to make money off of that property, and they had the boots on the ground to do it, that they started to go. And it wasn't usually those people that bought the properties. It was their friend, it was their landlord, it was their partner, their brother, somebody in their network that knew them, that knew they could do their business there, that knew they could pay rent, that trusted them, that came and bought the properties from them. Sometimes I did owner finance and different gaps and filled gaps in between from there, but mainly it was some other person that they worked with or group of people that they worked with that paid me the cash for the properties and ran off with them and took off with them from there. So it started to occur to me that I could bridge that gap. If I started taking more properties, high traffic retail properties like the ones that I got stuck with and couldn't figure out for a while, like your property here that used to have a building on it till it got like hurricaned off. And next to the Take 5 oil change kind of property, we could put one of the tenants that I've found for other properties that likes to use these kinds of properties next to Take 5 oil change and put them on this property. And there's a lot of different tenants that like this kind of traffic. And I'll show them the traffic that's going by, the traffic that's not just going by, but shopping at the neighbor shops. How often are they going to these shops? How often are they there? What shops are they going to when they're going to other towns and they're going to other markets? The same people that live around here, that shop around here, that work around here, that drive by here the most, they go to other shops when they're in other towns and those shops are missing. And I can show those shops that they're missing here and their clients are here, their customers are here. We can track them. They're carrying their cell phone. They're carrying the same phone there in your shop in this other town. I can see them driving right by, still carrying the same cell phone. And I can build that database and customer persona for those clients, those customers, those potential tenants of this property you've got here, building the business case scenario of how much business they should do on this property because of all that data. And when I know those numbers and I build that business case scenario, not just for them, I'm building it for me because I want to know how much rent I can charge them and how much is healthy for them to pay on this location to work out the deal going forward. Then all the numbers start to click and we have a winner. If you look at the offer that I sent here on this property, I'm offering master lease phase in there that asks for some time. After I talk to the tenants and work out with the tenants that they want to go here, I'm asking for some time to go build the property for them, build the shop for them, and rent it out to them. And while I'm doing that, I would like to hand this off to other friends and people in the market that love their brand and pay you off on the purchase price of this property. For that extra time that I'm asking for in that master lease phase of the offer, I'm offering to pay the sales commission up front, earlier on, faster than the timeline that I'm talking about seeing the deal. Look at the details of the contract. I'm offering to the deposit goes in your pocket above and beyond, not applicable to the purchase price. So you get the deposit and the commission paid by me instead of you above and beyond the purchase price. That's some extra bonuses if you're willing to do the master lease phase of this offer. And that master lease phase allows me to go build a shop for them and sell it. And when I sell it, I pay you off. And it gives me a little bit more room to make the deal happen, makes it easier for me to pull it off. So take a look at that. Let me know if there's questions, comments. If it takes me longer, I start paying rent from the tenant when they start paying, or when they open for business, or the earlier of the dates in the contract. If it takes them a long time, I'll start paying rent ahead of time and make it work from there until I can go sell it into the markets and pay you the asking price on the deal. Feel free to ask questions. I'll walk you through it. Look at the contract, read it, throw it into AI, your favorite AI, ask all kinds of questions that way too. That's the modern, easy way to digest contracts, right? And thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith, RealVacantLand.com. See you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.